If you've never touched a piece of vinyl in your life, you're not a DJ. Is there any truth to that? Let's talk about that right now. Hey guys, what's going on? It's djTLM. You're watching djTLMtv outside right now. And this is not a Q&A video, but I want to share my opinion about this topic. And of course, we've been through this before. But I was reading an item on digital DJ tips on the website, and it was about DJ Sneak. DJ Sneak did an interview for Pioneer Radio, and he said some stuff that could influence and affect young DJs that are just starting out. So I wanted to share my opinion, and of course, I want to know your opinion as well. So join the conversation in the comment section down below. I've shared my opinion on that subject before, but let's just go through what DJ Sneak had to say. If you're a DJ, you learn how to mix with decks first. I don't care how big you are. In front of a million people, if you never touched a piece of vinyl and actually mixed that and created something with that, you're not a DJ in my eyes. I look down on people like that. That's the first thing he said. And then he also said, in the last 20 years, there was a gap where kids just didn't care about the craft anymore. They just wanted to be famous. They wanted to be popular. They wanted to do whatever they could to be in front of all those people. They skipped things to get to that level. The popularity means nothing. I'd give a local kid more love because he's hustling and DJing with vinyl and putting his heart into it every day. You got people who do it for love, and you got people who do it for other reasons. Man, this topic could be about music in general, because you're always going to have people that are in it for the love of music. You're going to have people who do it just for the fame, people who do it just for the money. Look, at the end of the day, I hope your reason for starting out is because you love music and you would love to be able to play music as a DJ. And if you become successful, you will be earning money, and you can turn this into an actual career. And once you turn it into a career, the love of music should always be there, but then you're also a business and you want to make money to sustain your career. But there's ways to go about that, and for me personally, I've been doing this for over 20 years. It is my career. I've had my ups and downs, and I always stay true to myself. That's the most important thing. And I still have a lot of love for this. Otherwise, I would have dropped out as soon as I hit my first down, and I'm still in there. But okay, first of all, of course, as he's saying, if you've never touched a piece of vinyl in your life and mixed that and created something with that, then you're not a DJ in his eyes. Well, it's good that he says in his eyes, because that is his opinion and he's entitled to that opinion. And I can even see where he's coming from, because I also come from that era where you learned on turntables and you bought your vinyl, and that's how you started out. But what people do need to realize, especially the purists from back in the days, is that's the only option we had. If you wanted to become a DJ back then, you had turntables and vinyl, so that was your only option. If we had the option to buy controllers and use DVS and stuff like that, I don't know, a lot of us probably would have started out with that as well. So to say that someone who's using a controller is not a real DJ, that's not what that opinion should be based on. Now, I would like to state that I've seen and heard a lot of DJs, and you can tell, a lot of times you can tell which DJ started on vinyl, because there is a different feel to the way they play, especially if it comes to turntablism, of course. I have not seen, and correct me if I'm wrong, please send me links if you have them. I've not seen a DJ yet who's ill when it comes to turntablism on CDJs or a controller who didn't start out with vinyl first. So especially if you want to get into scratching and turntablism, turntables will always be your best option to start. I've seen people comment on some of my videos where I'm playing around with the DDJ SB and the Mixtrack Pro 2, and they see me do cuts and they're like, I have that at home and I cannot do that. How is he doing that? Well, that comes from my years of learning on actual turntables, because it gives me a feeling and I can use that feeling when I'm playing with those little controllers, and it allows me to do the things that I do on that little controller. That all comes from turntables. If I did not have the turntables first, I would not be able to do all the things that I can do on that controller. But I don't know if I can agree with the fact that now everyone's just in it for fame or money and not for the music. I don't know. We cannot look into another DJ's mind. So if I see a DJ, a big DJ or a beginning DJ, I can't tell what his motivation is. You would have to ask that DJ. And of course, you see all these DJs making a lot of money, and I can understand that for young kids, they might see that and they might want that too, and they're motivated by what they see, the hype, the fame, and stuff like that. But again, I cannot tell just by seeing a DJ what his motivation is, his or her motivation is. So I don't know if I can agree with that, but I do have to say that there's definitely been a decrease in the value of the actual skills and craft. Back in the days, and I hate to sound old and talk about the past, but back in the days, there was more respect for actual skills on the decks. That's a fact. That's not as important anymore. And of course, the most important aspect about rocking the party is rocking the crowd. And you can rock the crowd without a lot of technical skills. That's a fact. You see all the big DJs do it. A lot of them are not using a lot of technique. I'm not saying that they don't have a lot of technique, but a lot of them are not using a lot of technique to rock the crowd. And they do their job well. The crowd leaves entertained. They got all hype and they had their fun. So the DJ did his job. Of course, I would like to see more DJs show more technique and more creativity. Check my Be Creative video. I talked about it there. Had a little rant about that subject. But it would be great to see more creativity and a little more skills in there, because that would also motivate young new DJs to try to incorporate more skills into their sets. But look, guys, if you're starting out now, you might be watching this video. You could be 12, 14, 16, and you're thinking about starting to DJ at home. Or maybe you're already dreaming about doing it in clubs and festivals and all that. You do not need to start out on turntables. And some of the purists out there might be hating me for saying that, and they might go straight to that dislike button. But it is what it is. You do not have to start on turntables and get your turntable set. Start with a simple controller. Don't invest too much money. Start playing at home and see if you actually like it. Maybe after a couple of months you find out that it was fun, but you're already on to the next thing. You don't want to spend a bunch of money on something that you might not use in a couple of months. So start with that simple controller. If you feel that you want to invest more time in developing your skills, and you see DJs scratching, and you might want to start doing that as well, and you might want to start doing some real turntablism, yeah, maybe you want to move on to an actual DJ set with turntables and DVS, or just normal vinyl. Could be any of the two. But that's it, guys. I mean, this is 2015. That's what it is, guys. It's 2015. You do not have to start with the equipment that we were using 20, 30 years ago. You don't have to. You shouldn't have to, unless you want specific things like turntablism. So let's just judge DJs on how they rock a party. And of course, I will always give more props to a DJ who's using actual skills, showing creativity, because that's my personal preference. But at the end of the day, most of the people that are in that audience, they're just there to listen to their favorite tunes. So if you're into skills, always represent that, and let's try to keep the craft alive. But I will not judge DJs on the fact that they're using a controller or whatever they're using. If they only have a laptop out there and they're killing the crowd, who am I to say that that's not a good thing? I prefer to see DJs like a Jazzy Jeff or DJ Craze get busy, because that's what I like. So I will always support that and try to teach you guys about those techniques so you can incorporate that in your own sets. But do what makes you feel most comfortable, and never feel that you have to use a certain piece of equipment or that you have to start with this or with that. That's it, guys. Share the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Like I said, this was not a normal Q&A video, but I wanted to share my opinion, and let's talk about it. That's it, guys. See you soon.